Hi everybody and big welcome to cEDH TV gameplay. This time me, Pontus and Rhetoric is joined by Michael.
Hi guys!
Today I'm bringing Menel. It's a new hybrid Ursa and reality ship commander that lets your artifacts tap for blue, only to cast from not hand, I think. Yeah, other than hand. But you can also cast spells from top of your deck. So it's basically like Command Zone Citadel in this deck. I play a lot of artifacts that I can play from top of my library, and the goal is to just cast my commander and then just keep not hitting lands on top of my deck. Let's see if it works.
Me, I'm back with Wandering Minstrel. I got a feel for this deck last time and I liked its potential, so I'm hoping to bring my full potential to today's build. 5 color, really no bad cards we have in this pile.
Today I'm going to play Malcolm Timna. I really like Esper, so I'm just playing Esper good stuff, like Admas and stuff like that. Walking Ballista.
I'm playing Vivi because I like Curiosity Storm. I like when you're basically sitting there and casting your entire library by just figuring out a few one-call combos with your commander. Fast, simple, and kind of cool. I like the way to win the game by pinging your opponents to death too. And with that, let's take a look at our opening hands. This hand is actually kind of okay. We have 3 lands, a little bit too many. Olivara, Soaring City is more of an interaction, so let's go with 2 lands. Then we have an Izzet Signet on turn 2 and a Curiosity and Tandem Lookout. We'll get the red mana with the Izzet Signet for our commander and a Mental Misstep for small protection. An Ancient Tomb would be great. Soul Ring would be amazing. This is a turn 3 commander, turn 4 attempt to win. When you say it like that, it's not that great. However, in experience, by mulliganing, there's a huge chance that we're gonna get faster mana, get the commander into play turn 2, but then we don't have Curiosity or the Tandem Lookout or a variant to the 2. So in the end, I'm actually going to keep this because it has everything I need. 1 Lotus Petal, Simian Spirit Guide, and I would be ultra happy. Then we would be attempting to win turn 3 instead of turn 4. Maybe winning a little bit slower is how you have to accept it sometimes.
I have nothing to do here on the first turns, second 7. I only have 1 land, Rhetoric Study, but I will go to 6. Turn 1 commander, that's very good. So I really like what I see here. Put this one on the bottom. Yeah.
No lands, even though I'm a keep 7 guy. Second 7, not much to brag about, to be honest. I mean, I could exile. I have like enough mana sources to get my commander out on turn 1, and then, but I don't know. I think we just need something a little stronger. I'm gonna go down to 6. All right, that's gonna be a hard pass too. We're gonna go to 5, and then we literally get all lands. Look at this, all lands. Okay, so I'm looking at the table, and I am 3rd. So ideally, like this Mystic would be great to put down on turn 1.
So this is our first 7, and when I first drew it and looked before talking to you guys and gals and non-binary pals, I thought this hand sucks. The funny part is, I think this hand is exactly what we want. Our deck sucks. I actually consider not running Mystic Gamora or Rhetoric Study because the cards we draw on average are so freaking bad that it doesn't really matter that we draw them at all. We just want to hit our commander and then hopefully not whistle when we storm off. And drawing cards outside of that is basically just to help us hit land drops, I feel like. Or like find the fast mana, but like we don't have that much fast mana. But this hand is turn 1 Arcane Signet, always nice. Turn 2 we have 4 mana. We would wish we had 1 more, but I don't think we would be able to get that. But we do have a Founder Inspector, and if we land a Founder Inspector and then cast our commander turn 3, there's very few ways where we ever fizzle. Overall, this hand is bad, but the deck is bad. So I think we keep it because I think it's like among the top options that we can hit. Of course, we can hit things like LED Ancient Tomb, turn 1 commander, and maybe win. Honestly, that's a pretty pog. I'm gonna just keep it. We can do a lot better, but in this deck we can do a lot worse.
A gemstone. I will put this one in exile. Add a counter.
I will draw a card, Seat of the Synod, and I will pass.
I will draw a card. I will play this Ancient Tomb. I will tap 3 for a Malcolm, and I will pass my turn.
Right then, draw a card. We will play this Volcanic Island, tap for a fish.
I am going to cast, not paying life, actually paying for it, Mental Misstep on your Mystic Remora.
Well, folks, what did I tell you? 3 blue players playing against, I knew it was going to happen. It resolves. I will play Mishra's Bauble. I'll look at your top card, and I pass.
I'll take my turn, and Rhetoric draws with me. Land for turn, be an Ancient Tomb. I'll tap it, taking 2 to cast a Arcane Signet. And with Arcane Signet play, I'll pass the turn.
I'll go to my turn. Pay 3 life to make this land come into play untapped. Then I'm gonna cast an Izzet Signet and No, Mr. Cremora may draw a card. I will pass the turn.
Go to my turn. Untap. Draw. Head to combat first. I will attack Rhetoric just to put everyone under 40.
No blocks.
I will take 2 life, sacrifice a treasure, and I will play and let the mana float away and pass my turn.
Draw a card. Time for turn is a Windswept Heath. I will crack it, paying a life, fetch a Bayou. Then I will tap 2, cast the Minstrel, and then I will put a Mox Amber into play. Pass turn.
Go to my turn. Land for turn will be a Scalding Tarn. Then I will pay 3, taking damage, to cast a Foundry Inspector. I have a Foundry Inspector in play. I'll pass the turn.
My turn. I'm gonna play Odawara Soaring City as a land drop. We're gonna cast Vivi. Once Vivi has resolved, I wanna cast Curiosity on it.
I have a response. I will mental misstep, paying 2 life.
Maybe I should have kept my mental misstep against this instead. On the other hand, I think I would have overfed Rhetoric. I have no response to this. You have mentally misstepped my Curiosity. But all of you take 1 damage from Vivi. With the power of Vivi, I gain a mana, or I will activate it to gain a mana. With that, I will cast my Dragon's Rage Channeler. And after that, I will pass the turn.
I will go to my turn. Untap. Draw. I will start by attacking Mons with Malcolm. Yeah, that's my attacks.
I take 2.
Pre-combat main phase. I will make a treasure. Pay 1 life with draw a card. And I will play a Mystical Remora.
I know I have a response, yeah, to Mystical Tutor. Putting on top of my library a Wheel of Fortune.
Play this Sarah Ascendancy. Pass my turn.
Draw the card you all knew was there. Wheel of Fortune. Not paying for fish.
I will fetch in response. Just a basic island, but that's it for me.
I will put a first guardianship on the stack.
Cool. I'm out of this game. Pass.
Go to my turn. Land for turn will be a Misty Rainforest, which I will fetch. Then I will tap 5 mana, taking 2 damage, to cast my commander, Menon. I can now see my top card, and you can as well. So boom. So there's a fish in play. And I just played a... I don't even know what to call it. Like the closest thing is like Elsha's Bola Citadel? I don't know. But my whole deck is made to just make a lot of mana, well, I guess. But just like cast all of my 0 and 1 cost spells, and all my 1 cost spells is 0 because of the Foundry Inspector. If I'm not very unlucky, I can probably just present the win here. But Michael will pretty much draw his deck. If you think about it, he has Pact, Trap, Force of Negation. I don't really think there's a card that really matters for me. And those will pretty much guaranteed draw. I don't think there's a world where I manage to get rid of his fish. I don't think I have a single spell that deals with the fish, which is really funny. In an optimal world, I would be able to get a, what's it called? The Shimmer Mirror that's in my deck and cast it. But it's 1 in 87. Like, I'm not gonna hit it. We can slow roll. We can make a bunch of mana, just like cast as much as we can and pass. But if we do that, we probably just lose to Michael. We're not in a great spot. I think my call is to just like play some of the spells and see where it gets me. I'm not a fan, but I think that's my best choice. I think I need to respect the fish unless I'm very lucky right now. But I'm starting by casting the Darksteel Relic and seeing another 0 drop. Let's go. Darksteel Relic resolves. I'll tap it for 1. Cast a Kicked Everflowing Chalice because it costs 1 less. Not paying for fish. And there we can stop there. It'd be a bit conservative and pass the turn.
That is not what I expected. I thought you were gonna keep going. Draw a card. I want to cast a Tandem Lookout. Tandem Lookout resolves. Here comes the tricky part. I don't have anything to do. I don't have a single spell I can cast. Great. So I have 2 mana available with my land and Vivi, and that doesn't cut it. Crazy part is that I don't control a mountain, so this is not free to cast. A little bit annoying. My Vivi is a 1/4. Everyone has a blocker that will survive that. So I will pass the turn.
Untap, pay for fish. Go to draw. Attacking.
No blocks, take 6.
No blocks, I take 2.
I'll make a treasure and I will pay 2, gain 6, pay 2 life and draw 2 cards. I will put this Verdant Catacomb in play, take 2 damage, play this Arcane Signet. After that, I will like to pass my turn.
Untap and draw. I'm going to cast an Underworld Breach. Not paying for fish. Breach resolves. I'm going to exile this Windswept Heath, Mystical Tutor, and Mishra's Bauble. Recast fish from the grave. I want my fish sticks! I'm not paying for fish, but look, he's cooked it for me, see? I get fish sticks, maybe, for 1 turn. It resolves. I pass.
Go to my turn. So, second fish. That's not where you want to be in this deck. I don't think we can just sit back, and I hate that for me. I very much don't want to storm through double fish. Like, I don't know if I can answer 1 fish. How am I supposed to answer 2 fish? I actually didn't consider this. This is like number 1 thing you should be thinking about when brewing a new deck. I just saw, does a thing, make a deck. And now I'm here stuck with the consequences of my actions. I will just lose if I don't do anything. I don't think it's gonna get better though. I will take 2 damage, tap 3 mana, to cast a Transplant Theorist. Transplant Theorist is a 2/4 for 4 mana, 3 in a blue, for an artifact creature, which makes it 1 less with the Foundry Inspector. It says, whenever Transplant Theorist or another artifact enters the battlefield under your control, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. It also has 2 mana, put target card from your graveyard on the bottom of your library.
On it with a mystical tutor. You can draw. I'll put a Deadly Relic on top.
Transplant Theorist resolves. ETB, I will choose to draw a card, which will mean I need to discard a card, and I will discard this here basic island. Then, from the top of my library, I will cast a Wand of Vertebrae. Trigger fishes, I'm not paying for fishes. Wand of Vertebrae is a type of card I run quite a bit of. It's a 1 mana artifact, which means it's basically free. It's free with the Foundry Inspector, but even without it, I can tap it for blue. But it also has tap to either draw a card or mill in some ways. This one specifically has put the top card of your library into your graveyard for just tap. It also has 2 mana tap, exile it, and shuffle up to 5 target cards from your graveyard into your library. Wand resolves. Trigger Transplant Theorist. I'll draw a card, and I will discard a Flooded Strand. From top of the library, for free, I'll cast a Codex Shredder, another card in that same category, not paying for fishes.
I will cast a Deadly Relic on your commander.
I pass or not, I don't pass on Relic. I tap for mana first, then I pass on Relic. ETB on the Codex Shredder, on the Transplant Theorist, I will draw a card, and I will be discarding a Prismatic Vista. I will then cast a Mana Vault from my hand, not paying for fishes.
I like to put a silence on the stack by fetching to a black white lens. Yeah, I think I'm doing it this way.
I'm passing on silence. Mana Vault resolves. This will trigger my Transplant Theorists. I will choose to draw, and then I will be discarding a Ursa Saga. Then I will play my land for turn, which is the Seat of the Synod. This will trigger Transplant Theorists. I'll choose to draw a card and discard a card. I'll discard this Ransom Note, just a 1 mana card that surveils and can stack to draw. And then, as I'm silenced, my turn is over.
My turn. Draw card. I'm gonna play a Volcanic Islands. That's a good card. So I finally have a mountain, so I can cast my Mog Salvage. Now here's the crazy part. Looking at the board state, I don't think I'm gonna have a turn if it comes back. I don't think it's gonna come back to me. I mean, the Esper Malcolm Tymna has a very impressive board state. The best target for this is the founder, the creature down there at Pontus that's reducing all the casting cost. However, to increase my chance of winning this turn, I think that the best target is that treasure over there. So crazy enough, I'm gonna target the treasure, which is just gonna be sacrificed. I'm going to trigger both Vivi and Dragon's Rage Channeler, and both fishes can draw a card.
Yeah, I'll sack it for a white.
I will surveil. I'm actually going to put this in the graveyard, and then I will draw 1, 2, 3 cards. I'm gonna cast Snap, tapping these 2 lands. I'm gonna target Tymna. Both of you can each draw a card, and the Channeler and the Vivi will trigger.
I'll let it resolve.
I will then untap my 2 lands, and Vivi grows. I'll keep that on top, and then draw 2 more cards. Now I want to get rid of that mana that he has, so I want to go to combat. There are no blockers over at Esper anymore, so both Tandem and Vivi are coming your way.
Yeah, I'm taking that. Like a man.
You take 5 damage, and I will draw 2 cards because of Tandem and my commander. I'm gonna cast a Mishra's Bubble. This will trigger 2 fishes to draw cards, Channeler and Vivi. You all take 1. Survey, keep that 1. Draw 2 more. I'm going to cast a Birgi, God of Storytelling.
I will put a force on the stack and I will exile the Gilded Drake, triggering your fish.
I have no effects to that. Birgi is dead. Next up is a Chrome Mox. Trigger everything, so all of you can draw a card, and I will surveil and draw 3, and you take 1. I'm going to imprint this red card underneath it. I'll tap that for a red and cast a Rite of Flame, triggering everything as before. I'm gonna keep that one actually, and then draw 2 more. I'm gonna cast a Lotus Petal, same triggers as before. I'm casting Desperate Ritual, surveilling down an Arcane Signet with my Dragonshade Channeler. I want to use 1 red mana that I have floating to cast a Pyroblast. I am going to target, so I've seen most interaction flying from the Esper player. So sadly, Rhetoric, I'm gonna be mean, and I'm gonna destroy... Oh, I feel so mean. I'm gonna destroy your fish. Yeah, both of you can draw a card, and I want to destroy Rhetoric's fish.
Hey, you know, I can say I didn't die trying. I will cast a Mental Misstep. You may draw, Michael.
So I will start a semi-counter war by casting Gutshot, targeting the 1/1 Serra Ascendant over there, that is no longer a flying 6/6 something, to deal 1 damage to it. This is going to put a trigger for me to draw 3 cards above the Mental Misstep. I'll surveil, dropping this land into the grave, draw 3 cards, and you know what? I will keep on the counterspell war by casting a Fierce Guardianship on the Mental Misstep, triggering everything. You all take 1 and I draw stuff.
I don't know. I think there's something interesting about making you use the rest of the stuff. Yeah, so I'm going to hitch Flesh Duplicate to Force Negation. And Michael, you can draw.
This is fine. I will let all of this resolve. Your fish stays safe.
Wee.
But I have lots of triggers, so I will surveil once, putting that into the graveyard, draw 1, 2, 3, surveil another time, keeping the Mox Diamond, and draw 1, 2 more cards. I will use the 2 remaining floating mana that I had to cast a Final Fortune, triggering you take damage again.
Flare of Denial, yeah.
I am going to respond to this. Now, you don't have any more blue creatures in play, so you can't recast it. So I'm going to cast a Sink into Stupor by tapping my 2 lands and sacrificing this Lotus Petal to return your Flare of Denial back to your hand. This will also trigger Vivi, and all of you will take damage again. Draw cards with fish.
I will respond on this with a Mind Break Trap.
Sure, I have no response to a Mind Break Trap, ultimately making my Final Fortune being counterspelled. Surveil first. This can go to graveyard, and we'll draw 1 through 3 cards. Surveil the second time. We can keep the Pact of Negation, and then draw 2 more cards. I'm gonna cast a Mox Diamond, Lion's Eye Diamond.
Draw a card.
Surveil to graveyard, draw 3 cards. Ewald Amulet, Ursa's Bubble, Grim Monolith. I have 27 cards left in my library. I need to avoid draw. We are not going to surveil anymore. We are just going to... Wait, it's because I'm forced to draw. I will actually draw the card and not surveil anything. Springleaf Drum, I will draw 3 cards. Cast a Defense Grid.
I will cast a Force of Negation, just to be desperate. Exile this Vanishing Knack.
I will respond on your Force of Negation with a Pact of Negation.
I will cast Deflecting Swat, redirecting Pact to Defense Grid.
I will respond with a Flusterstorm.
Alright, I'll Mind Break Trap.
I'm casting Red Elemental Blast by tapping my Springleaf Drum.
I will respond as well. I will try the exact same. I'll Mind Break Trap the Red Elemental Blast and all the Flusterstorm copies.
You know what? I don't care. It feels like you have wasted all your interaction now, and still you're gonna die. So sure, you have stopped my defense grid by removing everything and having the Deflecting Swat change the target of my Pact of Negation to target my defense grid, meaning my Pact will resolve and destroy the defense grid, and I have to pay for Pact on my next turn. Then I've casted 4 spells, which means I'm going to draw 12 cards. Now, here comes a very important part of this victory part, so to say. I have currently 9 cards remaining in my library, which means I'm going to deck myself pretty soon because Tandem Lookout is not a May. I have to draw the cards. However, Infernal Plunge has a casting cost that demands that I sacrifice a creature. So I'm going to use Vivi to gain 10 red and 10 blue. I'm gonna use 1 red to cast Infernal Plunge, and as an additional casting cost, sacrificing Tandem Lookout. Now here's the great part. It's very key for me that Tandem Lookout dies. They can't stop this from happening even if they counterspell the Infernal Plunge. Tandem Lookout is already dead. From this point forward, I need to cast 11 more spells to kill the rest of the table. After 5, 2 of the players will be dead. To do this, I already have enough spells and enough mana and some rituals. So here's a ritual. This is just mana. Everflowing Chalice for 0. We can cast Strike the Rich. We can cast Deflecting Swat. We can cast Gamble. And we have a dramatic... We have an offer you can't refuse to counterspell one of my own spells. We have a brain freeze here that I can mill out. I can actually mill out Rhetoric and just pass turn because these two other guys are gonna die anyway. And a dramatic reversal for more mana, Fellower Stone for more mana, more ritual, and from this point basically everything is being counterspelled, nothing matters. Vivi triggers will kill the table, and victory is mine. Well, we all know Vivi stonks. Once you have Vivi, you untap with a curiosity effect. Good.
Congrats, Mons. But yeah, it was actually my bad that we lost here because, in my opinion, it was like I misread Commander of Pontus, put the Deadly Relic on the stack, and I was thinking, oh shit, he can still tap his artifacts because I forgot to read that line, so he could still tap his artifacts to get some mana and actually play his Commander again. And then I would have silenced Mons instead. But now I was kind of worried that Pontus will win, so that's why I used the silence as well. And I thought, yeah, I still have a force. I can still stop Mons, but yeah, it was kind of my bad this game. It was like
my deck really can't win through double fish. So my whole goal was to like walk the line between setting myself up for winning next turn while feeding you enough to be able to stop Mons, but not win yourself.
The problem with that, yeah, that's a very fine line to walk.
yeah. But then when you are like extra aggressive on stopping me, like I can do neither of those.
I was
but
kind of
that's all. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was also kind of a bit like you two were like talking the whole time. For, oh, I'm winning. I'm not winning. He's winning. And then it was like I was kind of a bit confused, and then I needed to make a play. And that's yeah.
Yeah, no, and I getcha. It's not the easiest board to read either. And also like it's also me because I can communicate that better. Like you see me storming off, but you don't see the fact that I can't actually present the win through fishes.
No, indeed.
And that my deck is badly built to deal with fishes. Like I have like half a card to deal with them, and that's not really enough when there's two of them as well.
I think this is a good moment to think about like threat assessment when you have new commanders, right? Because that's a situation where like if I'm playing a commander that's totally new to a group, but there's a familiar like line, and I'm not saying just like Pontus, but you know, just people see blue, they see storm happening, they immediately think of Urza, so they're gonna go, all right, I want to deal with this, but maybe it's until you get your reps in with that commander that people, oh no, it's really not a big threat or something like that. But yeah, for me, it was just more of, you know, all I could do was just try to get card draw because mental misstep was taking, you know, it took me out, and then the wheel took me out. So I'm like, okay, we got to get something going here.
I mean, I think
really wait for Deadly Relic, but yeah.
I think Rhetoric, you were the one that was interacted with the most in this game. I think, like, sure, Pontus was interacted during when he was winning, but your fish was killed, and then your wheel was killed, which basically removed you from the game. Theoretically, Pontus was in the game, even though his attempt to win was interacted with. You were dead. Hope you liked the video though. Thanks for watching everybody, and we'll be back as usual next week. See ya!